with yet another interesting video about Google Forms. So in our previous video, what we did is we created a simple Google form, and now we will look into different options available at Google Forms. So all you need to do is that go to your Gmail, click on this dots and click on forms. So it will open your Google form. So there will be an option for a blank form, but what we will do now, we will use this form that we have already created for employee engagement survey. This is not a complete form. This has just only few questions in it, and it has one response as well. So let's go back to the form, and now let's explore a bit further about our form and few other options that we have in our Google form. So as I told you, you can add a new question from this plus button. So we are going to add a new question here. Let's delete it from here. Let's go to the last question, click on that question, and then press add. It will add a new question next to it. So this time the question I want to create is not something similar to MCQs or Likert scale. It is something of a grid. So let me see if I have an option for a grid. So yes, there are two options for multiple choice grid and checkbox grid. As we have multiple choice and checkboxes over here as well, and I told you earlier, multiple choice will allow you only select one option, while checkboxes will allow you to select multiple boxes. So let's try both of them one by one. First of all, I will create a multiple grid choice question. As it is multiple choice, so I can only select one option per row. So my question could be anything, something like how happy you are with our our different departments service. And then I can write in rows, I just want names like sales department, marketing, supply chain, after sales service. In columns, I'm asking about happiness. So I can put options like very happy, happy, not sure, not happy, and the last could be you can say not very happy, or you can say very frustrated. It's a negative condition, but you can just take the original Likert scale from internet. This is just for an example. And now if I click next, so I have added this question where there are departments in the rows, and in columns I have this you can say different options available. If I click on preview and I see how does it look, it will look something similar to this. So a person can select only one option per row. I cannot select two options per row. If I select the other option, the first one is automatically unchecked. So this is how you can create a multiple choice grid. What if I want someone to select more than one option? So the person can say I'm happy and very happy as well on the same time. So for that purpose, what I can do is that I can create a similar grid, but not with multiple choice, but with checkboxes. So if I convert it into checkboxes, the question will be converted, and now when I refresh the same question, it is in the form of checkboxes. In checkboxes, I can check more than one in a row, like this. So these are the two different types of the questions that we have in our grid option. Let's move to the next question. The next question, what we can do is that we can come up with a drop down menu. It is something similar to this one. So let's make a copy of this Likert scale. I will delete this last question. And on this Likert scale, I will just convert it from multiple choice to drop down. So it will again give me 5 options or any other option that I just want to add. And if I refresh this and see now, so I have this same question over here which I have duplicated, and I have created a drop down list. So person can by this you can save some space. Let's see another question. So one other way to create a scale which is a Likert scale or linear scale, we can use this option which is linear scale. So let's create a linear scale as well. Let's go to this and create a linear scale. As I told you, the only issue with linear scale is that you can have two different poles left on right side. For example, the one could be strongly disagree and 5 could be strongly agree, and it will give you 5 point, but it will not show strongly agree or neutral or disagree. Let's see how it works. Let's refresh it, and here we have that linear scale. So I can select strongly disagree or strongly agree, but I cannot say what is 2. I just know that this is center and this is somewhat towards disagree, this is somewhat towards agree. So you can use this scale as well if you want, but I would prefer this one as people can read what is agree, not sure, disagree or strongly disagree. So these were all the questions which were very important, and now we have two more options available for date and time. So if you want to ask your respondent what is your date of birth, so in that option people can come up. If I select short answer, people can write different option, and people can even write or make a typo. So the best option for that is you just select date format. Now let's see how does it appear in our survey form. In our survey form, it will show an option, and if you put a wrong date, it will show you an invalid date. So I need to select month. For example, it's third month. Date could be 15. Year could be 1996. So now this is the correct format, and it will only take a correct format. Similarly, you can ask for a time as well if you want to mark time in your questionnaire. For example, let's refresh it, and this last question is now converted into time. So you need to select time, hours and minutes, and then AM and PM. For example, I can write 11:34 AM. So it can lock my time. So this was all about options which are available for questions, and we have almost covered all of the question. We can see how settings work in our Google form in our next video. Thank you so much.